Just to place a disclaimer, this video is not meant to slander anybody. It's not meant to start up any old drama. None of that. It's not meant for any of that. We are just discussing the controversies. Keep in mind, other icebergs probably have the exact same controversies on their channels. So we're just discussing it. We're not bringing it back up. We're not doing anything with it. Also, another thing to bring up, some things in this video will trigger some people, so my advice is just to watch levels 1 and 2 or level 1 alone, or just don't watch the video. And I'm not saying that to, hurt anybody, but I don't want you guys to go through any pain, so let's get into the video. So you guys voted and you guys said you wanted more iceberg charts, so that's what I'm here to provide you guys with. So I'll be collaborating, mention my friend Jeremy. Yeah, so let's show you what the iceberg chart looks like and then we'll get into it. This iceberg chart is about controversial personalities or controversial YouTubers. Now, what this means is that this iceberg chart is about YouTubers or any person of social media, essentially being controversial one way or another. Now, initially, this iceberg chart was supposed to be about lolcows, hence why in level 1, I hate to spoil it, but in level 1, not everybody there is controversial, they're just laughable. So, I will be passing the mic on to Jeremy, as he will be doing level 1 of the iceberg chart, so let's get into that. Logan and Jake Paul. When it comes to controversy, the Paul brothers are not too far behind. From 2015 to around 2020, that's when most of their controversy took place. But while Jake is mainly the cause, sometimes Logan is also the cause as well. One of Logan Paul's biggest controversies was his infamous suicide forest video. And it was pretty bad, not only for the fact that they showed a dead body and pretty much scarred some children for life, but it's also bad because YouTube left this on trending and YouTube monetized the video, which led to Logan Paul's infamous apology. But the problem with his first apology was that his apology was basically summed up in 3 words: oops, my bad. Your apology should never just be oops my bad, you should always take accountability for your actions. Thankfully, this is not the case for Logan Paul anymore, as he has matured now, but I can't say the same thing about his brother Jake, and I'm about to explain why. During the Black Lives Matter protest, Jake thought it was a good idea to vandalize and loot, and if he had a weapon, I guess he'd do some shooting as well. Now, he has denied that's him, but it's pretty much him, and I know this because the clothes he's wearing was from a previous video. The mask he's wearing, I've seen it in a video before, and while he was getting arrested, he was singing "It's everyday, bro, no random person does that." Another controversy of Jake Paul would be that the dude got raided by the FBI. I mean, no other YouTuber other than, I can't remember his name, but it will come to me eventually. I only remember that dude getting raided by the FBI. Other than that, I wouldn't expect one of the Paul brothers to get raided. Not to mention, the dude has hosted COVID parties, he's been to COVID parties, and that's just not a good thing. You're an influencer, as it means you have influence on people, so you can't be doing those things. That's dangerous. I mean, I can't believe he can't really understand that. I truly don't know anymore with these brothers. I'm okay with Logan, but Jake, I can't take his bullshit anymore. Let's just move on. Bad Baby. If you don't know who Daniel Bergoli is, you're living under a rock. But just in case, let's refresh your memory right now.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Daniel Bergoli, otherwise known as Bad Baby, I don't really know what to call her. She's either a lolcow or a controversial figure, but the things that she's controversial about, they're pretty minuscule compared to other people on this iceberg. So I'm just gonna say that she's a lolcow, and we're pretty much gonna move on from her. Besides her Cash Me Outside thing, and besides her taking on Dr. Phil in 2021 with the whole Dr. Phil boot camp thing, or whatever Dr. Phil calls it, nothing too controversial about her, so let's move on. Shane Dawson. Everyone and their grandma should know why Shane Dawson's on this iceberg. But just to refresh your memory, Shane Dawson did some naughty things when he was a young child. Did I say young child? Sorry, I meant when he was a young adult or a teenager, whatever the hell he considers himself to be. And Shane Dawson also did blackface as well. The problem with Shane Dawson I mainly have is that Shane has apologized for these things several times. And it's not even different things, he's apologized for these things every single time people call him out for it. Shane, look, you either don't make the apology or you make a genuine apology. If you're going to apologize a million times for this, because overall you've apologized you've apologized at least 10 times within the span of almost 10 years. That just makes no sense. That doesn't add up. But we are moving on. Lil Tay. Lil Tay is, what am I supposed to call Lil Tay exactly? Is she a lol cow or is she controversial? I mean, she says the N-word, and you know how the N-word's pretty controversial, but at the same time, it's her brother and her mother that coerced her into doing this dumb shit. So who should I blame? The dumb 14-year-old? Sorry, the dumb 9-year-old at the time? Or the parents who let this happen? You know, I truly don't know. But, I want to play a quick montage of Lil Tay's, dumbass rambling. Listen, me and Lil Tay are now the same age. I can make any joke I want at her.
You already know what it is. Lil Tay, the youngest flex of the century. I'm only 9 years old, but I'm richer than all y'all broke-ass haters.
Hey guys, it's fucking Lil Tay in this bitch. I'm richer than all you motherfucking whores. Where the fuck y'all's money? Where Vicky? Where Vicky is, well, I don't really know what to call her. Is she a lol cow or is she controversial? I mean, she has pretended that she's black, and that's pretty controversial. She made a diss track called Ching Chong Bitch Against Rice Gum, and that's pretty racist, and racism is controversial, like a hell of a lot. And to top it off, she's also fought, you know, Bad Baby, a girl who's supposed to be younger than her, and lost. So yeah, so my guess is that she's controversial since she did all of this. But let's move on. Fred. In regards to Lucas Cruikshank, couldn't find anything controversial about the guy. In regard to the Fred character, I mean, nobody really liked Fred that much, but it wasn't really controversial, except for that iCarly episode. Yeah, that one sucked. But anyways, nothing too controversial on this guy, nothing controversial at all, and while people can bring up the JKL situation, there's nothing controversial about the JKL situation. I don't know what happened to the members of the channel, I don't know where John and Katie are, I know what Lucas is doing, but as for the twins, I don't know where they are, so Lucas, let me know. Okay, so my thoughts on level 1 are that nobody on here is truly controversial, and I just mean level 1. Yeah, don't get me wrong, the Paul brothers and Shane Dawson, yeah, definitely controversial. Where Vicky, okay, I guess that's controversial too. But everybody else on this list, I mean, in level 1, you know, lol cows, they're all lol cows, they're laughable, not really controversial at all. So, I'm gonna be handing the mic to Rashawn, because he's supposed to be doing level 2 of this iceberg chart. And, yeah, we're all fucking tired. I'm not even gonna lie about that, I'm tired.
Alright, so thanks to Jeremy for doing level 1 of this iceberg chart. I'm gonna need him again later, but for now, I will be doing level 2. So, yeah, level 2 has more controversial figures than level 1. So, let's get into that, shall we? Rebecca Black.
So, not long after the Friday video went viral on YouTube, Rebecca Black and her mother got into legal issues with Ark Music over the rights to the song. In a March 2011 letter from Kelly's lawyer to Art Music, it was alleged that Art Music failed to fulfill the terms of their November 2010 agreement by not giving her the song and video's master recordings by claiming Black was exclusively signed to the label. So, on June 16, 2011, YouTube took down the official video for Friday. Instead, a message in place of the video read, "This video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by Rebecca Black. Sorry about that." On September 16, 2011, the music video was restored to YouTube on Rebecca Black's official channel. Marina Joyce. 2013, 2016, and 2019 are important dates as this is where Marina Joyce's controversies were more relevant. So, in 2013, she claimed to have been sexually abused by Sam Pepper at Warped Tour UK. At the time, she was 16 and Sam Pepper was 24. In July of 2016, conspiracy theories and rumors of Marina Joyce spread across YouTube that she was suddenly and slowly changing and seemed to be forced to make YouTube videos. One of her videos, Date Outfit Ideas, she seemed very forced, scared, and appeared to be, harmed in some way. So Marina Joyce responded to that, and that went as well as you expected. And in 2019, Marina Joyce was declared missing, August 9 to be exact, only to be found like 10 days later. So essentially the police wasted their time for no frigging reason because Marina Joyce was just chilling with her mans. So police time was wasted and someone who could have been found probably wasn't found. But we're moving on from here. Oh, but before I move on, I need to address something. All of what Marina Joyce went through, essentially they're speculations. They're not really proven to be true. So, to those who are speculating theories of Marina Joyce being schizophrenic or whatever, please leave her alone and kindly fuck off. She's already going through enough shit as it is. Just leave her alone. God damn, how hard is that? Leave her alone, goddammit. Onision. To say Onision's controversial is really an understatement, but let's go over his controversy, shall we? Onision was banned from VidCon 2012 due to a video in which he stated that since Jurgensen slept with more than 20 people before she was with him, that made her a slut and therefore cannot be raped. Yeah, it received backlash and Onision got immediate fucking banned. In 2019, Jackson was banned from Patreon after posting the phone number of fellow YouTuber creator Billy Dawn Webb, who claimed she had been groomed and manipulated by Onision. Yeah, not to mention the dude's allegations in regards to abuse and child grooming. So his other controversies are that he was fined $90,000 by the Planning and Public Works Department of Pierce City for disturbing wetland areas. And in early 2020, a police report detailing an incident from September 2019 was leaked in which Jackson's 2-year-old daughter had fallen from Jackson's second-story window onto their concrete driveway. Yeah, so the reports say it was just an accident. It was never intentional. Still though, like, how do you manage to make that happen? I don't know anymore. That shouldn't be possible. Like, how does a baby find itself onto the concrete driveway, falling at 2 stories at that? Okay, we're moving on from this. Onision's a fucking rabbit hole. Yes, I know my voice is bland as fucking paper, but you guys are still watching it anyway. Sam Pepper. So, in 2014, Pepper uploaded a controversial video titled Fake Hand Ass Pinch Prank. In the video, Pepper would go and ask women for directions before pinching them on their ass. Soon after the video was published, many women stated that they had been sexually harassed or raped by Pepper. Yeah, that. Subsequently, the hashtag #ReportSamPepper trended on Twitter, along with many people criticizing Pepper's actions. Now, one of the more infamous pranks from Sam Pepper was his killing best friend prank, in which internet personalities Sam Goldbach and Colby Brock, I'm really butchering their names, were kidnapped by a masked Pepper. As you can see, Goldback is strapped to the chair while Brock is held at gunpoint in ISIS execution style. And then the trigger is pulled and it kills Brock. Just kidding, Brock is completely fine and Goldback is left there traumatized for life. Like, I can't get any more fucking weird than this prank. Eventually it was revealed that it was a prank, but this is all the more worse because not only does this show Brock in a bad light, it shows Sam Pepper in the worst light. Because Brock really went along with a prank of traumatizing his friend. Now, we already know that Colby Brock is completely fucking stupid, but to go along with a prank like this is just retarded. So, traumatizing your best friend for life is a prank. Okay. So, after this video was released, Sam Pepper got a whole heap of backlash. And Sam Pepper said he wasn't gonna take down the video or his YouTube channel. He was only gonna do it if he got $1.5 million on GoFundMe. Now, he must have been pretty delusional because nobody paid up for that, and the campaign was removed shortly. So, safe to say that Sam Pepper's a moron. Brock traumatized his friend, and while they're hugging and Goldback is obviously okay that his friend's alive and he didn't have to witness his friend fucking dying, still a shitty prank. H3H3 production. So Matt Hossein Zade, an American YouTuber who goes by Matt Zone and Bold Guy, filed a civil action against the clients for copyright infringement. They made a reaction video to the guy's Bold Guy versus Parkour Girl video, and he claims that he politely told them to take it down, but they refused. Now, Hossein Zade's lawyer, Tim Bucker, damn it, butchering, claims that the video used more than 70% of his work while contributing nothing substantive to it. Now, fortunately, the clients won the lawsuit, and initially their money was gonna go to the Fair Use Protection account, FUPA. You already know how that ended up, so we're moving on from there. Now, all I have to say is that if Ethan and Hila never won the lawsuit, best believe that a different precedent would be set for fair use, so good on them for winning. I know that sometimes you don't necessarily agree with everything they do or everything they say, but let's be real. Wasn't for them, fair use would probably be different. Butch Hartman. So in recent years, after his departure from Nickelodeon, Hartman has been involved in multiple controversies, and his biggest controversy was the Kickstarter campaign for Access Entertainment, a streaming service stated to be a family-friendly alternative, only to later find out that it was only catered to Christians. But his biggest controversy at the moment is that he was accused of plagiarism when he published his commissioned artwork of Attack on Titan character Mikasa Ackerman, in which similarities were noted towards a 2018 Japanese artist. The artist confirmed they had not given permission to Hartman. Oh, and did I mention that Hartman's commissions are $200? Also, whoever paid for, the whole Axis thing can't get back their money. So it seems to say that Hartman's a scummy person. Leafy is here. So in 2016, iDubbbz featured Leafy in an episode of Content Cop, and he basically accused Leafy and his videos of cyberbullying, among other things. In the same year, Leafy accused a YouTuber by the name of Evalian of supporting Nazism and anti-Semitism. Shortly after that, Evalian was banned from YouTube. So after a 2.5-year hiatus, Leafy decided to return, and he returned with a video insulting iDubbbz in 2020. Goddamn. But he decided to criticize streamer Pokimane. Now, I don't think YouTube liked this one bit because the following month, Leafy's channel was completely terminated. Don't get me wrong, you can criticize Pokimane because obviously everybody was doing it, and Leafy shouldn't have got his channel taken down for essentially criticizing Pokimane because that made absolutely no sense. Top it off, YouTube didn't even give any warning that they were going to take down Leafy. His channel was just poof, gone. But at the same time, Leafy, you just came back to the website and you already are trying to start drama again? Come on, bro. You got back to the website. You can't be doing that, bro. You were gone for 3 years and this is how you want to come back? But nevertheless, we're moving on here. Ajit Pai. So the day before the FCC's scheduled vote on net neutrality, Pai appeared in a video entitled Ajit Pai wants the internet to know you can still Harlem Shake after net neutrality. The controversial video showed him dancing to the Harlem Shake and buying products online, including a lightsaber. Now, clearly weed was obviously at work because there is no way any sane human being would do this. Alright, just to clear up a few things about level 2. Yeah, Marina Joyce, everything from the theories to the speculations, they're just speculations. Marina Joyce has to be like completely fine. Besides, if she was not really fine, I'm pretty sure somebody would come out and say something. So to those who are speculating about her, just leave her alone. Oh, and if you realize some of the names on this iceberg are highlighted in white and black. Now, they're highlighted because these people here are essentially either more controversial or their controversies are still probably going on. But I have to say, level 2 was full of a lot more controversial figures and a lot more people getting themselves into controversy. But from here, we'll be moving on, as I'll be passing the mic back to Jeremy, as he will be doing level 3 of this iceberg chart. Let's get in. Yeah, so as Rashon said while he was doing level 2, everybody here in level 3, straight controversy. There's nothing about them that screams no controversy. Everybody here, it's controversy after controversy after controversy. Some of them are even imprisoned to this day. And some of them have their whole entire empire they build destroyed. So let's get into it. Nikocado Avocado. So in December of 2019, Nikocado was accused by mukbanger Stephanie So of harassing her through text messages and taking photos from inside her home. In response, Nikocado offered counter evidence through a response video where he displayed images of So fully aware of the of the photos being taken. Nikocado also displayed text messages between the two, showing that So had stood him up for a scheduled collaboration. Zach Choi, the one on the left, who joined Nikocado and So in their collaboration, later posted on Instagram that he had hired an attorney to address Nikocado's claims made on social media. Keemstar. In 2008, during an argument with a moderator named Alex on the website battlecam.com, Keemstar encouraged his viewers to type "Alex is a stupid nigger" in the stream's chat. He later apologized for the racist slur. In January 2016, Keemstar posted a tweet directed at Total Biscuit, a YouTuber who had recently been diagnosed with terminal cancer, saying that he couldn't wait to report on his death. Keem later apologized for the tweet. Sadly, in May of 2018, Total Biscuit died. May his soul rest in peace. In January of 2019, YouTuber Jake Paul accused Keemstar of body shaming Paul's then girlfriend Erica Costell, after Keem made a tweet comparing her body to Eugenia Cooney. Now, for those who don't know, Eugenia Cooney is a YouTuber with an eating disorder. In June 2019, after YouTuber Etika committed suicide, several Twitter users blamed Keem for edging on the YouTuber, with much of the criticism founded in an interview earlier that year where Keem said, "If you really think about it, then why live? Just jump off of a cliff. It's just a simulation. Who cares?" In response to Etika talking about how he believed he lived in a simulation, Etika also mentioned Keem in his last video titled "I'm Sorry." Keem refuted these claims in a series of tweets claiming that people were using him as a scapegoat and that nobody was talking about tweets in which he was concerned for him. He went on to say that he thought Etika's mental health issues were a publicity stunt due to him seeming fine and wanting to guest star on Drama Alert. Etika's mother defended Keem by texting him afterwards, stating he was not to blame for Etika's suicide and that he loved Keem and his show. In May of 2016, Ian Carter, known as iDubbbz, released a content clip on Keem, which has over 30 million views on YouTube as of May 2020. In the video, he accused Keem of threatening big YouTubers with negative coverage and promoting small channels or accusing them of hiding something. Carter called Keem a very rash decision maker and showed clips of Keem saying what he called really regrettable shit. In response, Keem called the content clip video entertaining and denied wanting to attack other YouTubers, saying he has no problem booking guests or landing exclusive interviews. He also apologized for the comments and incidents he caused, but justified saying nigger by jokingly using a genealogical DNA test to prove that he's 9%. Holy shit. This nigga thinks he's black. As of last year, YouTuber Ethan Klein released a video expose on Keemstar, which resulted in G Fuel ending their sponsorship with him. As of 3 months ago, Keem posted a video on Twitter where he mocked Ethan Klein's Tourette syndrome. JStation gained notoriety within the YouTube community for trying to contact dead celebrities through Ouija boards and spirit boxes, as in 3 AM challenges. He's tried this with XXXTentacion and Mac Miller. So on June 26, 2019, following the death of Etika in that month, JStation uploaded a video using a similar clickbait title to his previous videos. However, in this video, he apologizes for the content of his past Ouija board and celebrity death video. So as you guys know, in 2019, JStation was arrested at Florida's Walt Disney World on charges of trespassing and resisting arrest. He claims that he and a fellow YouTuber were in Florida filming haunted vlogs for future content. So after security was called to take away JStation got really angry. So as you guys know in the story, after this, Jay went on Twitter and YouTube and told his fans and his followers or whoever the hell to boycott Disney World, and he tried to threaten a legal action against Disney, saying that his cameras were stolen by Disney security guards and the Orlando Police Department, yada yada yada. Yeah, the latter of which they had no they literally had no jurisdiction over Disney, just saying. So in January of 2020, JStation falsely claimed to his YouTube audience that his girlfriend at the time, Alexia Morano, had been killed by a drunk driver in Toronto. Now, had it not been for Mutahar, as you know him, some ordinary gamer, had Mutahar not made the call, people would have just believed that JStation's girlfriend died. And as you know, he later admitted, but at the same time at doing that, he put most of the blame on Morano and said Morano was in on it and that she knew what was going on. Also, Alexia filed a police report, so safe to say this guy's pretty much on their list. They're on it. He's on the list now, guys. So as of recording this video, Jay got terminated and so did his 666 channel. His main channel, JStation, or his own channel or whatever it wants to be, yeah, that's still up, but I don't really know the future of JStation, and personally I don't think anyone really cares. But you know, he threatened to sue YouTube, which I'm pretty sure YouTube's in the right here, but I don't. Zoidberger. To put it in short, Zoidberger was a YouTuber who was on Twitch at first, but when Twitch banned her for like the 4th time, she switched to YouTube under RiceGum being her manager, or whatever RiceGum was supposed to be. So she got into some YouTube drama with Pyrocynical because Pyrocynical made a video about her where Pyrocynical outlined everything that's wrong with her. So yeah, after Pyrocynical did that, she made her response, blah blah blah. We all know how it went. She got terminated on YouTube, or got like a copyright strike from unrelated drama. from something else. That's it. Moving on. Alinity. So Alinity's controversy include asking her fans if she could flag PewDiePie, abuses the shit out of her cat. Oh my good fucking Christ. Yeah, I'm surprised Alinity hasn't gotten pet services called on her. But then I realized A, there's maniacs on Twitch, and B, she's got a lot of sims, so nobody's gonna call pet services. Also giving her cat vodka. Now vodka can fuck up a normal human being, so I can only imagine what it can do to a cat. Pro Jared. On May 8, 2019, Jared tweeted on Twitter that he and his wife Heidi were getting a divorce on amicable terms. Jared had faced a large amount of backlash because Heidi tweeted that she recently found out that Jared had been cheating on her with more than one person. He was also accused of soliciting nudes from minors, among other things. Of course, he made a response to this where he provides evidence against claims that he solicited nudes from minors, showing that both of the allegations were unsubstantiated and could not have taken place, with one seemingly not taking place at all, and the other who, despite Jared having indeed talked on Tumblr, never turned sexual. He also states that he had no knowledge of the two being under 18 at the time, and that they lied about their age to him. Jared also states that he never cheated on Heidi and that he was already attempting to divorce her as early as October 2018, before he began his relationship with Holly, as well as that Heidi had refused to agree to it initially. To support his claims, Jared displayed screenshots of his talks with his divorce lawyer taken around that time. At the end of the video, Jared criticizes all of the YouTubers who commented on the situation without taking the time to get a full understanding of the situation or to message him to get his side. He also urged people to spread and share the video in hopes of reclaiming his internet fan base. This video resulted in a significant increase in support for Jared and his channel, with his subscriber count gradually increasing again, and every YouTuber who made the video on him looked genuinely retarded. Austin Jones. On May 10, 2015, the music website PubFresh reported that Jones had contacted multiple underage female fans online, each time persuading the girl to twerk on the video for him, giving her directions on how to perform the act while being recorded. A Change.org petition started by an anonymous 15-year-old to revoke his planned participation in the upcoming The Vans Warped Tour, surfacing in light of these events did not accumulate enough signatures, but James eventually withdrew from the tour and addressed the allegations in a video he uploaded to his channel, setting the record straight, where he admitted that the allegations were correct and apologized for his actions, while denying that nudity was involved in any of the videos he recorded or any of the webcam conversations. As of February 26, 2021, he is incarcerated at Federal Correctional Institution Loretto, as low-security federal prison in Allegheny I hate these words. Township, Cambria County, near Loretto, Pennsylvania. He is scheduled to be released on December 31st, 2027. I like that they threw this guy away, but Susan won't lock up Mini Lad. I don't get that. Slazzo. So yeah, Slazzo had sexual abuse allegations against him that were later proven false. Fortunately, he's cut ties with I'm Alex and pretty much everyone who's accused him. Wish he showed them the middle finger and said a big fuck you. But we're splitting hairs here, so we're moving on. FPS Russia. In August of 2017, Myers' residence was again raided after Myers was alleged to have received 25 grams of butane hash oil through the mail. The federal courts prosecuted on the grounds that illegal drug possession while owning a firearm is a federal offense. Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, fun fact. The guy in front of me, he doesn't even speak Russian, it's just an accent he puts on. Yeah, so this level had more controversial figures than the last two. So, I'll be passing the mic on to Rashawn now because he's gonna be doing level 4 of this iceberg chart. Yeah, so this level is going to be full of people who are controversial. Now, as we said, those who are highlighted in black and white, that simply means that they're more controversial than the other 3 categories. I mean, that's no shocker. I mean, literally, you can literally see who's in this list, so it's no surprise they've made it here. But enough of me talking, let's just get into this. Yandere Dev. Now, as you know, Yandere Dev is the guy who created the whole Yandere simulator thing. Now, the thing about him is that aside from the fact that that game sexualized minors, and also allowed you to play as characters who murder school children. I mean, what game doesn't? He keeps threatening suicide because games that are similar to the Yandere simulator, he gets angry, so he would threaten to commit suicide. Honestly, I think the guy is just mentally unstable. Maximilian mod. Yeah, not showing what this guy did, because if I did, I'd immediately get terminated. But basically, this dude would comment spam, by which he go in his Discord, tell people to spam racist and homophobic shit. Then that person who they spammed it under would literally get, pretty much either suspended or banned. He's done this to a lot of people. Not to mention the KSI versus Maximilian Moss, his death hoax, harassment scandal, world record, which turned out to be that he just told his subscribers to just freaking die. He went after Whis, which that was the harassment scandal. Turkey Tom Discord messages, he traumatized Turkey Tom. But his most recent one was trying to go after Moist Critical. We already know how this went. Because he went after Moist Critical, he had to disappear. Because you don't mess with Jesus and not expect him to snap his fingers and make you disappear. So, moving on. Anita Sarkeesian. The Tropes vs. Women project triggered a campaign of sexist harassment against Sarkeesian that included rape, death threats, hacking of her web pages and social media, and of course the classic doxing. Attackers posted disparaging comments online, vandalized Sarkeesian's article, racial slurs, sexual images, and sent Sarkeesian drawings of herself being raped by video game character. Yeah, suffice it to say, nobody really liked her, or still likes her. That doesn't mean she should get death threats or rape threats. Yeah, no matter how much you hate a person, don't threaten death. But apart from that, as you guys remember her Gamergate controversy, that campaign that expanded to include renewed harassment of prominent feminist media critic Anita Sarkeesian, who had previously been targeted of harassment due to her Tropes vs. Women, which analyzes sexist portrayals of women. What game doesn't have that? Yeah, suffice it to say, I don't know if she still gets them, but guys, to those who are harassing Anita Sarkeesian, just leave her alone. Yes, you might not be able to agree with everything she says. That doesn't mean you should try to rape her or threaten her with rape or do shit like that. Just don't, that's not cool. Lionmaker. Lionmaker was accused in 2015 and 2016 of asking multiple different children for nudes images, with one, Stephen Chinks, 16 at the time, claiming he was offered up to $500 in exchange for the photos. Yeah, he was also accused of asking a 12-year-old girl for nude images. Yeah, hold on. So Lionmaker did get put in prison for 2 to 3 years, but now that it's 2021, that should mean that Lionmaker is, he's out of prison. Sorry for the computer noises. Anyway, since it's 2021, that means he's out of prison. So hide your kids and hide your wife. Extreme Games. Yeah, for those who don't know who Extreme Games are, these two morons, who I have up on the screen, decide to lie that they're dying. For what reason? Probably clout. Like, that's the most fucked up lie you can ever make. And all of this just for clout. These guys were already gaining at least 6 million. These guys were probably at least 4 million subscribers. My dudes, once you hit 1 million, you're all good. As a matter of fact, once you hit 100,000, you're all good because you know you made it. They really didn't need much clout. For crying out loud, that's 6 million, and they're literally at 6 million, 6.99 million subscribers. I mean, they're close to getting 7 million. So yeah, moving on from these two retards. Boogie2988. So in 2018, Boogie faced scrutiny due to his relationship with BetterHelp. He and other YouTubers who sponsored BetterHelp, they were accused of profiting from the mental illness, which led to Boogie publicly terminating his partnership with the company. Later, in 2018, Boogie was removed from Dungeons & Dragons charity event due to concerns from LGBT activists over his support of Gamergate. Yeah, if you want to hear about that, you can just go back and listen to what I said about Anita Sarkeesian. In 2019, Boogie joked that he would make a better team leader over another player due to their parents' divorce and correlated it with anger issues during a live stream of the game Apex Legends. He became the subject of criticism following those comments. Also in 2019, Boogie admitted to potentially committing tax fraud. Guys, that's something you don't admit on YouTube. The IRS will have your ass. Also in 2019, Boogie faced criticism after clips from older live streams of him making racially charged comments resurfaced. He's commented during one live stream, "That's a lot of money, I guess for a person of color, or is it not?" after receiving $3 donation from a follower who frequently donated to him on his stream with the message, "I am a black person." On June 27, 2019, Boogie announced on Twitter that he had purchased a new Tesla automobile. Following his announcement, Boogie held a live stream in early July in which he sarcastically asked for money to help pay for the new car, upsetting some of his viewers who took his comments seriously. Boogie subsequently received harsh criticism for his live stream, prompting him to clarify that he did not actually purchase the car, but rather only put down a payment on it, and that he had cancelled the order as a result of the backlash against him, among other things. The next 2 months, Boogie made a controversial statement against his internet trolls, where he claimed, "I think that there are rapists and Nazis out there who are more redeemable than you because at least they're doing something they believe in." As of last year, Boogie announced on Twitter that he was teaming up with Palangi Studios co-founder Matt Murphy and Joe Boyajian for an upcoming project. After no other details were announced regarding this project, Boogie tweeted about 2 guys who tried to hustle him into receiving a PlayStation 5 before the release date was verified by Sony. There was significant backlash from the Palangi Studios community who felt that Boogie was blatantly insinuating the 2 co-founders had been behind the scheme. Boogie eventually ended up removing the tweet and apologizing for the situation during a live stream, later blaming a recent panic attack for his accusations. Alex Jones. Yeah, so Alex Jones is controversial for a lot of reasons, most notably for his either disturbing conspiracy theories or his ridiculous ones. For example, the government has weather weapons, chemicals in the water are turning frogs gay, Robert Mueller is a demon and also a pedophile, the Sandy Hook shooting was staged, we all remember that one. Hillary Clinton is a child sex ring out of a pizza parlor. What the fuck? Yeah, that's pretty much, that's all for him. If I went through all of Alex Jones' controversies, we'd be here all day. I'm just going through the most relevant ones, you know? So, that was level 4. Yeah, as I said, that level was just full of controversial figures. But the thing is, we're going to level 5 to level 8. Now, as you can see from level 5 to level 8, every name there is colored in red. And that's because everybody there is really controversial to the point where they should probably be in prison or they were already prisoned. So, let's get into it right now. Chris Chan. Alright, so around the early 2000s, Christine attended Plymouth, Virginia Community College. She tried to make many attempts to date a girlfriend by hanging attraction signs. The dean didn't like this and tore the signs up and belittled Chris, although he could have just been exaggerating. Either way, the school accused him of soliciting, and of course, with this, he pretty much threatened her. So Chris was temporarily kicked out and had to attend anger management class. She later returned and earned a degree in computer-aided drafting and design. There was the Encyclopedia Dramatica, in which she, to prove that she was straight, fingered a girl. Turns out that girl was one of his real college friends. Yeah, when Chris was confronted by this, all he said was that he meant to educate her on sex. Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to educate a grown woman on sex? Either way, she cut communication from Chris entirely. There's the love quest where Chris was a virgin. I'm pretty sure she still is a virgin, but he's trying to find someone. There's the political views. We already know how that went. That was pretty recent. There's the game Hit and Run where she yelled at a lot of kids. There's the Sonic Boom protest, the financial issues, and Project SNT drama. There is so much on this guy that I'm literally mispronouncing words. This is the most recent drama because as of 2021 and 2020, he really hasn't been doing any much, and that's for the better. But in 2019, YouTube artist Project SNT created 2 videos where she redesigned some of the Sonichu characters. For those who don't know, Sonichu is it's basically a comic that Christine came up with in the early 2000s. Christine had previously liked some of the Project SNT redesigns such as Sonichu and Rosechu, but one of the redesigns, which is Wild Sonichu, where she made him more naturalistic and a ranger type, Chris was upset by the redesign but only gave vague criticisms as to why, saying that she was stressed and triggered. She later said that Project SNT's redesign was too similar to Sonic Boom characters like Dave the Intern. Many people criticize her for lashing out and acting childish. Chris would later apologize for her behavior, but Project SNT never responded to the drama, probably for the best. Matt's What Is It? To summarize, Matt was one of the reasons that we had the March 2017 adpocalypse. Now, if you don't know, an adpocalypse is whereby a series of controversial events or downright fucked up events, some advertisers will remove their ads from YouTube, causing people who need to get paid not getting paid at all, and will probably cause YouTube to lose money. It's happened around February 2017 and March of 2017. I'm surprised that what J Station didn't even cause an apocalypse. We're all lucky. Now, Matt discovered a pedophile ring, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's bringing awareness to the situation, and I don't find anything wrong with that. The problem is how he went about it. Matt, rather than just making 1 or 2 videos on the situation, because keep in mind, his videos were 1 to 2 hours long, so he pretty much covered everything. So he didn't need to make any more videos. The problem is that Matt milked the cow not until it was dry, but until it was malnourished. And the adpocalypse thing didn't help either, considering the fact that Matt single-handedly caused YouTubers not to get paid, and he single-handedly caused Adidas and many other companies to almost boycott YouTube. Had they been successful, Matt would have single-handedly essentially everybody would get fired from YouTube. Straight up, he would have cost everybody their jobs. Again, nothing against Matt, but let's be real, he kind of dragged out the situation. There was literally no need for Matt to drag the situation out the way he did. That was just so unnecessary. Brittany Venti. Brittany Venti is a video game streamer, and she is known for consistent raids on her stream. She is also well known for her tendency to be enraged for, you know, misogynistic, racist, anti-feminist, pro-terrorist comments in either the donations they send or the chat box during a live stream. Another thing about her is that her intentional grammatical skills and inability to speak good English. Now, this is not, you know, it's not that she can't speak English, she purposely does this. Let me give you some examples. Grand Theft Auto 5 is Grand Theft Auto the 5th. League of Legends is League of the Leggings. Triangles is Triangulars. Triggered is Triggered. What the fuck? Penis, dick, or any other dick reference, Donga. Anxiety attack, anxious attack. Memes, memes. Splatoon, spittoon. Fuck, McFuckled. Oh my god, my brain just committed suicide. It's amazing. Also, another thing about her is that she describes herself as a kawaii and shows a brooding love for Japanese anime and culture that merely scratches the surface of anything, making her a fucking generic kawaii girl. Dark Side Phil. Many on YouTube have become very critical of Phil because of his actions and some of his decisions for a number of reasons. Some people don't like Dark Side Phil for his attitude and his personality. He's been called a hypocrite, asshole, elitist, liar, man-child, idiot numerous times by not just his detractors, but by bigger YouTubers, smaller YouTubers, actors, and even video game journalists. Even companies like Achievement Hunter have laughed at DSP. Some people have also called him the cancer of gaming. DSP Gaming was named the worst gaming channel on YouTube by NFKRZ. Now, Phil is well known for shrugging off all criticisms as hate. He's notorious for insulting those who criticize him and express a different opinion than him. As an indirect result, he very often ends up insulting fans, to which he says good riddance. He brands all criticisms and parodies of him as hate and online bullying, and has said that all YouTubers who dislike him are bad people and or idiots. He claims that anything negative towards him is not justified and that he doesn't understand why people don't like him. The facts are there, bro. The car facts are there. Now, many critics have identified themselves as former fans, but Phil dismisses them, saying that they were not true fans and have been indoctrinated by his supposed, detractors. Phil has called his critics mentally ill, sociopaths, haters, trolls, cowards, criminals, and idiots. He's also called them children and so on and so forth. Sometimes he'll insult his own fans. He also said that the common YouTuber is a dumb fuck. That wouldn't fly around that time, but as of 2021, replace YouTuber with TikToker and you've got yourself a good speech right there. Also, he uses critics as a scapegoat for all his misfortunes. And if you don't know, because I know kids are watching this, but kids, if you don't know what the scapegoat is, basically it's something where it's basically it's something you push the blame on. So yeah, it's basically you push the blame on that one thing. In this case, Phil pushes his blames on, critics, and blames his critics for everything. When his views began to decrease, he said it was because his critics discouraged newcomers from watching his videos. After getting swatted, though both fans and critics were outraged by what happened, he claimed that the perpetrator was inspired by his critics to commit what he called attempted murder, and encouraged his fans to find videos criticizing him and make a comment about how it supposedly nearly got him killed. After getting copyright striked against his main channel, he compared the situation to having a gun put to his head and blamed his critics for what happened. Phil repeatedly has had conflict with everyone he encounters, and wherever he decides to upload videos. Did I just say wherever? Fuck it. Prior to YouTube, DSP would constantly trash talk, insult, and threaten other members of the fighting game community, gaining widespread hate and leading to the nickname the King of Hate. If we went over all of what Darkside Phil has done, we'd be here all day. But I think Rashawn or me, I think we might make a separate video on Darkside Phil and all his controversies. If you guys want that, just leave it in the comment section down below if you want a video about that. Low tier go. Basically what I gathered from this, he's a fighting game player and streamer who gets incredibly mad when he loses. He bans anyone who disagrees with him. He says he lost fairly or unfairly depending on what day of the week it is, and get that ass banned is pretty much his catchphrase. He usually declares half of the characters in the game as cheap, overpowered bullshit, and people who play them as brain dead. Spoonie. Noah Antweiler, also known as Spoonie, was a part of Channel Awesome, but we're just here for the controversy part. So, as some people know, Spoonie slowly started to grade ever since he won the Mashable in 2009. After that, he just started to take his fame too personally. And once Scarlett left him, which is either his girlfriend or his wife, I'm not really sure. Sorry for the computer noises, damn. It was just a downward spiral, because he was never the same after that. Him getting 5k a month on Patreon, and after that he just stopped, he just stopped doing any real content. In the end, his inability to cope with his demons, which is his addictions, some of his mental disorders, etc., and taking extreme advantage of what fan base he made that really did him in. The rest are just specifics, man. Wings of Redemption. Now, the controversy that was surrounding Geordie Jordan at the time was Geordie is constantly rude to his fans, even proclaiming that he hoped a viewer's family died in an automobile wreck. Okay, so after that, such actions have inspired trolls to make highlight channels that really doesn't show Geordie in a positive manner. Shout out to Sean Ranklin, by the way. As for other things, he wanted surgery, so he made a live stream for people to donate him money for his surgery. He got stream sniped so much that he quit the game and talked about him just wanting his surgery. He then ended the stream. When Richard had enough money, he supposedly spent it on a 2014 V6 fucking Ford Mustang. And that didn't really help. It just fueled troll content. As of last year, he privated all of his YouTube videos. According to Geordie himself, he did it because of trolls using his footage. Praying to forever. As you know, Pierce was a YouTuber who was most famous for the video 50 Cent. Which, if you don't know, that video was basically criticizing 50 Cent for him essentially being an attention seeker. Now, of course, a year later, Pierce was featured on an episode with 50 Cent, an interview with 50 Cent, rather, on The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien. In the media, Praying was featured on G4's TV Attack of the Show on their Around the Net segment around 9 times. His video Screw You Porn Addicts was the first to be featured on the show. All the videos were uploaded to YouTube, but because G4's is retarded, they decided to take it down due to copyright infringement. He unexpectedly deleted his channel in 2016, but he did say he deleted it because he just lost interest, and that's the thing that most YouTubers go through, they lose interest. Though there were people down here that didn't really make the criteria of controversial, and rather just had a little mishap, there were just mostly people down here who were controversial or just pretty much hated by the whole YouTube community. Now, we're almost done with this, but before we go, we're just going to tell you guys to hit that subscribe button if you're new. Rashawn, get into level 6, shall you? Mr. Anime. In February of 2012, Trey said that he was going to take a 2 to 3 week break to reward himself. At the end of his break, he announced that on March 13, he found a new job in a field that he found fascinating and it may prevent him from uploading videos. In the early hours of March 20, 2012, Trey lured his mom into a garage where he shot his mom in the chest at point blank range. From here, he entered a room, shot his brother in the head. His father went to go investigate only to get shot as well. From there, Trey destroyed the house and the remaining pets that were in the house, and he carried weapons and 100 rounds of ammunition to Waller High School down the street. Now, Trey's original plan was to kill at least 70 students at the school pep rally in order to become the biggest mass murderer in history. As he revealed in an interrogation, he said he killed his family to spare them from knowing what he planned on doing next. However, Trey stood down and returned home, where he was arrested. He revealed that it was becoming all too real for him, so he gave up. Now, after this, it was reported on and reviewers made a lot of videos on the situation, including the Lava Buster, Magnus X1, Hard Mode, Bionic Slime, the Anime Overviewer, the Anime Room, Giguk, AFF0101, which his channel is now gone, and a lot of others. Now, close friends and fans of Mr. Anime, they were in denial for a while until Mr. Anime admitted it all. Now, because Trey lived in Texas, people thought that he was put to death simply for the fact that in Texas, your chances of getting death sentence if you commit a murder are really great. But no, he was sentenced to life in prison. Now, Trey got parole, but Trey decided that his parole should be taken. He believed that he posed a danger to himself and others. Some say he has also committed other murders, but there's no way for sure that he's done this. Ever since he was called the killer of YouTube, on the walls in his room he wrote several things, including, "Why did I do this? I love my mom, dad, and brother. I miss my brother, father, and mother. And God, please forgive me, because I cannot forgive myself." Elliot Rodger. Elliot Rodger is the personification of Murphy's Law. Now, Murphy's Law states that for every action there is a positive or negative reaction. Now, as you know, the 2014 Isla Vista massacre is where Elliot Rodger killed 6 people and then shot himself. Now, the motive behind this was revenge for perceived sexual and social rejection and misogyny. You might think I might be coming off just a little bit harsh, but if you check his manifesto, that's pretty much all this was. And his father was literally trying to cover up the whole thing, but I'll get to that when I speak about the last person on this iceberg for this level. Zillion Up. So for those who don't know, Zillion Up was accused of faking his disability, where it showed that he literally walked out of the wheelchair, as you can see in front of me. Now, I'm not gonna go too into depth, but Wavy Websurf did a video, or an interview rather, on Zillion Up, so I'll link the interview in the description down below. Behind the Meme. Behind the Meme is often criticized for killing off memes and is usually called things like normie and cancer due to his limited knowledge on the memes he explains and the jokes he puts into his videos. Other people such as Lemon have even made videos criticizing his content. Many of his critics claim that the way he consistently puts misinformation in his videos and explains memes wrong results in Behind the Memes viewers being poorly informed about memes. This, his critics say, result in his viewers overusing these memes and using them wrong due to being misinformed by Behind the Meme. He is also criticized for the way he makes videos. His steadily increasing use of sources such as Know Your Meme and Wikipedia have caused people to say that his channel is just for lazy people who can't be bothered to be looking up things for themselves and among other things. He's criticized for a perceived lack of effort that he seems to put into each video and keeping the exact same formula for every single video. As a result, to many, his content seems very forced and malfunction. He's also criticized for poor usage of GIFs in every video. As some of you guys remember, he had a video series, and at the end of that video series called The End, it seemed like he shot himself. In actuality, he didn't, and he's alright. People were concerned because, let's be real, looking at some of the guy's recent content, or somewhat recent, it seems like he's going through a goth phase as some, god damn it, I can't say goth phase. Anyway, it seemed like he was going through a phase at the time where everything was just edgy and dark. It's crazy to be honest with you. El Presider. There's not much to say about El Presider. All I can say is that in terms of controversy, he had a small feud with Boogie 2988 in 2014, calling him a fat tub of cholesterol hardening artery slob. In early 2018, he started a flame war with DSP Gaming, which got a couple of his videos taken down for harassment. Then in 2018, he was terminated, but he made a new channel. But yeah, other than that, in terms of controversy, there is nothing much I can really go over for him. Only Use Me Blade. To put it bluntly, Only Use Me Blade, or Brian Rizzo, that's his real name, was accused of sexually assaulting a woman in her sleep. Basically, not only being a degenerate, but a fucking rapist. Moving on, Monkey Jones. Now, Monkey Jones made videos on the Elliot Rodgers manifesto. I'm not sure if this got him terminated or not. To be honest, my theory on why Monkey got terminated was that Elliot Rodgers' father got in contact with Google and asked them to remove the channel, seeing that Elliot Rodgers' dad has pretty much a lot of money considering he's made movies. And if he's had this amount of money, Google's willing to take a couple millions just to remove a channel. Now, if my theory is correct, then that would make everybody at Google and whoever works at YouTube, that would just make them scumbags. Fortunately, Monkey was able to make a new channel, and that's great. But still, pretty scummy thing to just terminate the channel for no reason. So yeah, a lot more controversial figures in this, and I say a lot more because, to be honest, Monkey Jones wasn't controversial. All he did was just make a video on a manifesto. Other people have done it, yet still he's the one who got targeted. And not to mention that El Presider, he wasn't that controversial either, so I don't even know why half of them were down here. Again, half of this was a local chart. Now let's move on to level 7. Take the mic away. Jesse Slaughter. Jesse Slaughter is now Damien, so when I talk about Jesse Slaughter in this, I'm going to be referring to her as Jessie, as this drama took place before he became transgender. Her first drama was Darby Vanity, where in July of 2010, Damien was involved in an accusation that they were in a sexual relationship with Darby Vanity, the lead singer of the band Blood on the Dance Floor, which it was confirmed years later to be true. Due to them being underage at the time, this caught the attention of Sticky Drama. The following 2 days, she posted, or rather responded, to the claims on Sticky Drama. They denied all claims made about them and Darby, claiming that it's a private matter and they're dealing with it. Jessica also told the users of Sticky Drama to shut their mouths and that they are just friends. So, shortly afterwards, she responded to haters criticizing them. It contained a lot of vulgar statements, including a scene where Damien threatened to pop a Glock in the mouths of the haters and make the brain slushy. That is something funny to say. She had a feud with 4chan, during which 4chan pretty much ruined her life. and pretty much everybody ruined her life with this. Yeah, so after this, she had to make a tearful post saying that her life was ruined, and it was interrupted by her father Gene walking in and going on an angry tirade. Gene said that he backtraced all the phone calls and will be reporting them to the cyber police. I'm not laughing at the situation because her situation is pretty sad. I'm just laughing at the lines I'm given to read. So soon afterwards, the video became a viral meme, spawning numerous internet memes such as "You done goofed up" and "I backtraced it." Damn. After this, she basically got a whole lot of death threats, and because of this, Damien, she had to be put under security, as in police protection. It's obviously sad. So after this happened, around 2011, she made a video where she apologizes to Blood on the Dance Floor. She's trying to get the fan base to stop hating them. Now they claim to be in foster care after going through several mental institutions. Unfortunately, G and her father, around the day of this being recorded, her father unfortunately died from a heart attack. The video I took this off of, I hated reading the description because, I didn't like reading the description. It was just, it made her to be a bad person, which she wasn't. She wasn't, and I don't know why you put that in the description. Just post the video normally. But anyway, nowadays Damien doesn't post on YouTube, but she's active on Twitter, Instagram, and they have a Tumblr blog. As of last year, she did a Chris Hansen interview, and a month later she created another YouTube channel after nearly 8 years of inactivity. Nick J. Fuente. So some of Nick's controversies include feuding with Turning Point USA and its founder Charlie Kirk, opposing immigration, demographic threat, LGBTQ agenda. Yeah, there's him comparing the Holocaust to a cookie baking operation. Yeah, basically he denies the Holocaust ever happened, but there is proof. As of this year, 2 days before the storming of the US Capitol, Fuentes discussed killing state legislators who were unwilling to overturn the results of the 2020 election, saying, "What can you and I do to the state legislator besides kill them? We should not do that. I am not advising that, but I mean, what else can you do, right?" 2 days later, prior to the storming of the US Capitol, Fuentes spoke to a crowd of supporters stating, "It is us and our ancestors that created everything good that you see in this country." Sure you did, bud. "All of these people that have taken over our country, we do not need them." That's racist. "It is the American people and our leader Donald Trump against everybody else in this country and this world." Again, culturally insensitive. "Our founding fathers would get into the streets and they would take this country back by force if necessary, and that is what we must prepare to do." Honestly, I wish he got shot. Anyway, apart from that, he got his channel terminated for hate speech, and I can't blame YouTube. Reply Girl. For those who don't know, a reply girl was a type of female YouTuber who uploaded video responses to popular YouTube videos at the time when such responses were displayed prominently on the site. Now, the thing about it is, it's not for the fact that they did it because back in 2010, 2007 to 2010, that was pretty much common, but the problem is how the reply girls did it. Now, what the reply girls would do is clickbait. Yup, they're the ones who came up with clickbait, or rather made it pretty popular. Basically, they would Photoshop their tits, or Photoshop, or do whatever, put in fake titles, fake thumbnails, and then you click on them, responding to it. Now, I was going to use, Megan Leahart because she was one of the infamous ones, but I just decided to use Alejandra Gayton. Anyway, I decided to use her because she's also infamous. She's the reply girl. Usually they boast about how much money they make. For example, Leahart said she made $80,000. Alejandra, she pretty much got $1,000 from doing this. Yeah, fortunately their channels aren't around anymore, so they can't exploit the system anymore, and that's a good thing. Still though. Peluchin Entertainment. In December of 2019, he uploaded a video where he abused his cat. Like, seriously, I don't even want to get into the specifics of it because I do have 2 cats of my own and it really hurts to go into the specifics. Now, the video I'm playing for you here, it might be in Spanish, but thanks to me and Rashawn being fluent in Spanish, with Rashawn being more fluent than I am, he translated it. Rashawn, what do you have to say? Well, all I have to say is that the video's description translates to "he doesn't care." That's all it translates to. He does not care about anything what he did. He says he hates his cats. So, and he also claimed that he'd probably kill his mom as well. Okay. So, 2020, Peluchin got his channel terminated, and for the good or the better of it. So, as of last year, Peluchin officially uploaded a video admitting all his wrongdoings, explaining what inspired him to perform these acts, and finally apologizing. In the video, he himself reveals in the following details. He first explained that the troll behavior that he had in 2016 until the beginning of 2019 was because he used to suffer from harassment from other users when he started the platform, which prompted him to do the same to others and assumed a role of the villain just to enjoy the hatred and attention he received. Okay, that makes no sense, but whatever. Sexual harassment of his partners began when he met a bad and degenerate guy, and ended up becoming like him. In his own words, his fights with other issues were for the simple fact of seeking more hate and negative responses from the rest. Okay. Yeah, again, I'm not getting into everything, but finishing the video, he said he regrets his actions after going to an asylum and meeting new friends. I honestly don't give a fuck at all. You should have stayed in the asylum. If you're able to do this, you're clearly a danger, just saying. ZFixes Art. ZFixes Art is an SJW artist on Twitter who fixes anime characters. And by fixing, I mean she turns them into a fatter and dark-skinned version of the original character. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing this and turning them dark skin or making character a little bit plump. It happens damn near every day, but the fact of the matter is, they, as the pronoun they go by, she threatens people. Yeah, threatening people, not really a great thing to do when you claim you want diversity. So essentially that's why she's in controversy. Moving on. Gypsy Crusader. Now, as you guys know, Gypsy Crusader has a lot of controversy against him. In fact, he has so much controversy that Rashawn or I will probably have to make a separate video going over every controversy of Gypsy Crusader. He has a disdain for Jewish people. He is an open white supremacist. He hates black people. He pretty much hates everyone. He's pretty much said during the George Floyd protest that no Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. That's both him and his mother. His online track record is nothing pretty. He has a lot of legal issues, including assault and drug possession of charges, once in 2006, one in 2007, gun possession charges in 2018, Antifa incident and fallout in 2018 again, 2020 FBI visit, 2021 Atomwaffen division harassment, and finally his 2021 FBI raid and firearm charge. Yep, safe to say with all this, I'm surprised this guy isn't in prison yet. Or maybe it is. Please tell me in the comment section. So, honestly, like, there were a lot of controversial people within this iceberg. Like, everyone in this iceberg was controversial. It wasn't any one-off person, or maybe one person is just a lol cow. No, everybody here was controversial one way or another. So, me and Rashawn are going to be doing the last iceberg. He's gonna talk about some things down there. I'm gonna talk about some things down there. Hopefully we'll be able to split it, you know, since there are like 4 things there. So, let's get into it. Live Corpse. Those who don't know, Live Corpse or Adam, basically he was one of the Flash animators for Newgrounds. Now, in 2004 on June 8th, Adam's neighbor tried to gain unlawful entry to his apartment. Even though Adam told him not to come in multiple times, the neighbor wouldn't listen. At one point there was a fight and Adam ended up stabbing the neighbor. Now, due to Adam's fear of his act of self-defense not being lawful, Adam ran out of his apartment with a gun in his hand and shot a responding officer who confronted him. A couple days later, Adam was found in his bathroom. He had committed suicide by a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. In the end, the neighbor nor the officer were killed and only suffered minor wounds. Adam suffered from ADHD, and it is likely that he probably also had depression. In the aftermath, a whole lot of tributes poured out to Adam. He was also referred to in many movies as Picanjo, most notably at the end of Picanjo Anyway, where he returns from the dead to revive Picanjo. Live Corpse is often referenced to in Newgrounds culture. Since his death, 93 threads have been started about him, including 2 with over 1,000 replies. The phrase, "pull a live corpse," now refers to a Newgrounder committing suicide. Yeah, basically the whole Gacha Life community, like, no shit, of course they're here. Yeah, let's go over the first and second reason why Gacha Life is here. First reason, in 2012, an article published by a conservative Japanese newspaper, like, no shit, criticized social networking games and specifically Gacha Life for exploiting the naivety of children to make a profit. Now, the thing about it is that teenagers who, even younger kids, not even just teenagers, were spending equivalents to over $1,000 in US dollars. Like, damn. Basically, to sum up the first reason, basically conservative Japanese people thought that this was essentially a basically scamming and gambling of what is essentially just a children's game, or what people use for animation. Did I just say animation? There is no movement. Anyway, the second reason we already know the weird Gacha Life shit on YouTube. Essentially the whole Gacha Life porn, the fart videos, the cringe. Damn, it's creepy. Word of advice. You guys want good Gacha Life porn? Go to rule34.com. That's not sponsored, by the way. Call H. So, in November of 2014, Carl Harold, or Call H as he goes by on Reddit, as some of you may know, he is a programmer and he gave programming tips. In November of 2014, he was indicted on 30 counts. Him and his accomplice, Charles Donovan. Harold faced 18 counts for alleged crimes. They include, but are not limited to, conspiracy to commit sodomy, conspiracy to commit sexual abuse, complicity, sodomy, sexual abuse of a child under 12, as well as aggravated child abuse. Now, the thing that confuses me is that I don't get it, like, how is it a conspiracy if it's proven true or false or whatever? Like, if it's proven true, then how is it a conspiracy if the action is already carried out? I don't know, I might have to look it up later, but yeah, he did all of this. Now, he was supposed to show up at court, but 18 days before he was supposed to appear in court, Charles was found dead inside his cell. He committed suicide by hanging to the roof. Now, there were many headlines and basically everything. People didn't think he'd do all of this. Now, everything went cold until in 2016 on Carl's subreddit there was a post saying he escaped and he is currently in Russia. Now, not everybody believed this, and after this he went missing, so there are two possibilities. Either one, a troll hacked his account, or two, it was actually Carl himself. Now, most people believe that he is still dead, but there are a lot of conspiracy theories and theorists that think Carl is still alive, because let's be real, it was just comments from the authorities. There is little to no proof of him being dead. It was just accounts from authorities, so for all we know, the police probably helped him to escape. His YouTube and Reddit are still up, and they pretty much become a part of history. Moving on. Christopher Paul Neal, or as he's called Mr. Swirlface or Mr. Swirl, was a convicted child molester. Now, the thing about Mr. Swirl here is that on the internet, he appeared in more than 200 photographs depicting child abuse, which surfaced. Now, the thing about it is that Neal's face had been obscured by a digital swirl, hence the name Mr. Swirl. But German computer experts at the Federal Criminal Police Office were able to reconstruct the original picture by using techniques that were similar to Neal's, but they did it backwards, essentially. Now, just to tell you, this guy got released at least 3 years ago. I'm pretty sure by March 2017. Oh shit, it is March. So yeah, he was released 4 years ago. He's now out, but the thing about it is that he has a lot of restrictions, so he really can't do anything. Now, something about this that always confused me was that they call him a high-risk sex offender. Like, he's high risk, he's really out there. So my question is, if he is essentially high risk, why are they letting him out? That doesn't make any sense now, does it? And with that, we have covered the whole entire iceberg chart. Jeremy, how do you feel about this? Like, I feel great, you know? I mean, we had to gather a whole lot of information for this iceberg chart. I'm surprised that we didn't just quit and give up. I mean, we've been working on this iceberg chart for almost a month. I'm pretty sure it's been like 3 weeks now. And yeah, the reason for that, we'll explain it in a bloopers video because we made a lot of mistakes. We have a lot of bloopers because we could not get the lines right for some of this. But honestly, I'm glad that we're done. Like, I'm glad, you know, it's been a lot. Yeah, I mean, I did not think all of the YouTubers on here were involved in controversy one way or another. Like, they've been involved in a lot. Like, I can't believe all the YouTubers, Twitch streamers, everybody on here who's been a part of social media. Like, essentially, they've been involved in so much controversy. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Honestly, I hope we don't lose any audio or anything or any clips, because if we do, we are literally going to die inside. Keep in mind, it took us 3 weeks, almost a month to work on this. Like, and the thing about it is that we're afraid to release it because we don't want anybody copyright striking or copyright claiming the video and claiming that they own things in it when it's clear that they don't own the video at all. Hence why we're kind of afraid to release it, but we have to take chances. Some things are worth to take chances for. I just came off of a strike and I don't want to go on another one, but if this video gets striked, I don't care. At least I know I took the chance and that we managed to post this. So, Jeremy, I will see you again next time. Hopefully me and you could get to do another iceberg. Yeah, I hope so. Audience, we'll see you guys later. Peace.